Good morning, friends of the channel.
Good morning.
Today there is Monica here with me. You've seen her already, and in the TV series too. I love restyling. You remember, it was great.
Great.
We filmed it a year ago, but they saw it later. They saw it in March or April. Anyway, today Monica has to do a project for her granddaughter. What's her name?
Ginevra.
And Ginevra has a beautiful new house that has been renovated and has a new bedroom.
Yes.
With wallpaper as the main feature because Georgia worked on it. Georgia, with Ginevra's mum and dad, selected unique wallpapers, and this chest of drawers must match the mood. It will be in front of a wall with a striped wallpaper pattern, so we'll choose the shade based on that. We'll show you later how it looks in the final setting. It's a special, beautiful house, and I think Ginevra will have a truly beautiful bedroom.
Absolutely.
So let's get started. Today we're starting with the chest of drawers, but we'll also be working on the chair at the same time, which will be painted in the same shade as the chest of drawers, to unify all the different objects and furniture in the room. Actually, it fits well, because of these bars here, the decorations, which also echo the front part of the sides. We're going to sand the surfaces with the Makita sander, because Ginevra's mum and dad want a lot of exposed wood, and then today we'll be using a different color. A color I almost never use. Enjoy. Let's get started. Put an 80 grit sandpaper on my sander. I was unsure whether to start by sanding or stripping, because this chest of drawers is really beautiful. It even had a restoration, quite a few years ago I think, but it's very bright, and I can feel a lot of wax and shellac. What can happen if you use a standard sandpaper, with a regular sander, maybe even less powerful than mine, is that a sort of paste forms underneath, and you end up wasting loads of sandpaper. But today I'm using my sander, which first of all rotates, so it's a random orbital, and it has this very special sandpaper. It's a hook and loop sandpaper, so it sticks on, but it's also microperforated and connected to the vacuum cleaner. What does that mean? It means that all the dust produced by sanding is immediately sucked away, so there's much less chance of creating that sludge on the furniture. So I start sanding straight away, and I don't strip the paint off first. I've put on an 80 grit sandpaper, connected to my vacuum cleaner. Franco will start it for me, and off we go. We finished sanding the drawers and the top part of the furniture. Now we move on to the color. Of course, we'll use the Enjoy color on both the rocking chair and the furniture. We're using the same type of brush. I'm using the 50, Monica is using the 30, which has the same bristles. It's important to use the right brush, because the chair. It's difficult, you know that, right? Yes, you're worried. Chairs are harder because they've got rods, fine bits, and you have to work cleverly, front and back, because you end up making drips. But Monica has a particular way of applying it, because she dabs it gently and strokes the surface. And when you have this furniture, that's how to apply it, to avoid drips. Remember, always hold this brush by the ferrule and by the end of the handle. It takes less effort. Your hand will hurt less after the restyling, and you can control the paint better, wasting less paint. I start with the sides of the furniture and the chest of drawers.
I'll go with the chair.
Enjoy is an exceptionally creamy, neutral color that helps you achieve a beautiful finish that works well in any room. Now, from the camera's perspective, you'll obviously see it looking very white, because it's a light shade that brightens up the surface. But I assure you that when you see it in its final context, especially when paired with raw wood, sand it, and everything that goes with it, you'll absolutely love it. It's a neutral tone that saves so many restyling projects, because it's the perfect finish to use when you want to lighten up a piece of furniture without making it too white. Second coat over the whole structure. I used a pointed brush because I helped Monica with the chair, and that really made a difference for me. But even here, on the chest of drawers, it helps me. So for the second coat, we load the color on well, and as before, remember, start with the edges, all the slightly trickier parts first, because they have recesses, and then move on to smoothing out the surface. Look at how well this brush gets into the nooks and crannies. It takes away all the problems, you put in less effort, and get excellent coverage. The second coat is the final one. It covers everything perfectly. The chest of drawers is coming along nicely, what do you think? And so is our rocking chair.
Which I do.
It gave us a hard time. Yes, rocking chairs are complicated. This one has all the wood twisted. It's anything but straightforward. We've applied 2 coats of Pure Enjoy on the whole structure, sanded the top surface thoroughly, sanded the drawers well, and now we'll decorate the top surface in a very refined way. Since this chest of drawers is going into a room with 3 different types of wallpaper, we need to read the space as much as possible and make it, yes, consistent and blended with the environment, but there also needs to be a common thread. The wallpaper in the room where this piece of furniture will go is striped on one side. On another side, it has a giraffe texture.
Giraffe and animals.
And then there's the one with leaves, plants, and animals. We've decided to put a light decoration on this furniture, using a mold, a decor stamp by Redesign called Abstract Scribbles. It's easy, but now I'll show you something because you shouldn't be fooled by the product. So, this is how you find them when they are new and you open them, and the first thing you need to do is take one out, like I'm doing now, and understand one important thing. They stamp from this side. On this side, it's a bit rough. On this side, it's flat. On the flat side, there's always a little film to remove, which is very, very sticky. Now I'll show you. You just need to go to the corner, lift it up, and that's how you remove it. Like this. Once you've removed the film, you take it and stick it onto this piece of plastic. Do you see? It becomes perfectly sticky. After that, you carry on. If you don't do this, if you don't remove the protective plastic, it won't stick to the surface, and you'll end up doing a poor job. I wanted to tell you this, because people can't manage to use them, but this is the trick. Now, I've already made my perfect tile, so we're just going to reposition the plants on this top part. We'll set this one aside, and please, if you're using the molds as well, always remember to remove the protective plastic first. On this plastic plate, I've already put a bit of Enjoy, and I'm loading the roller. This is the one given by Redesign. Once the color is here, I go to my stamp. I apply it well on the little that I have to use. Voila! Here too. And then it's really, really easy, because once I've put the color everywhere, I start from here where the herbs begin on the smooth surface, and I can do 2 things. Either rub it with my hand, or take a little cloth and help myself. This way I'll be even more precise, because I'll press on all the sides and transfer the design onto the surface. Like this. Voila. Here I was very, very light-handed. Here I pressed harder. Here I put on more paint. Here less. The effect I want to achieve isn't smooth and perfect. The effect of the stamps is much more worn. It's not a stencil, just so you know. Now I'll do it again and press differently, pressing harder on some flowers and lighter on others. We've got a little more paint here where I have these flowers, and here as well. You can even slightly overlap them. It's nicer because it will have more depth, more three-dimensionality. Press well. This way, the drawing will be even more precise, even here, in the central part. I lift it. And voila! As you can see, it's much defined, much more precise. Where you press more, it's more precise. Where you press less, it's more neutral. Something I see and I don't. Then we'll go over furniture to lightly pickle the color, because I want it to look more worn. So it's important that this design isn't too thick or precise, otherwise you won't be able to see the pickling technique. Let's continue. See how well we've done. It's precise, smooth. Have a look, because you won't be seeing it longer. Joking aside, we've decided to do it on the drawer, the bottom drawer. We like it a bit more, because the wood is darker and the design stands out. It will start from the same color, from the drawer, and it will come up. Soon we'll finish the drawer, which I've already started and I love it, and I'll remove the one on top by scraping. You have to be committed in life. Let's carry on. Second repositioning on the drawer, I'm going a bit lower, so the leg comes out from underneath and it will really look like it's connected to the body of the chest of drawers. Well, actually, we could have left the one on the top as well, but I'm afraid it might be too much. So, first let's do all this repositioning here, and then we'll decide. Two, three, voila! Both on the chest of drawers and the chair, we've decided to apply the matte protective coating. I've decided to use it. Do you like it? Alright, let's go. King brush, matte protective coating, already diluted by 20%. I use the King brush because I want a big brush that holds a lot of product and releases it all very slowly. This way, I can effectively start from one side and finish on the other without ever ending up with unsightly brush streaks. Obviously, you can already see that the color of the wood has changed, and this will be the final color of the wood. Beautiful, vibrant, nourished, hydrated, smooth, pure, with all its years. Because it's old wood and so it's right that it has this finish, not perfect, but with lots of imperfections. I'll finish the whole surface, and you and Emma will help me, do you? Yes. You go to the rocking chair, and we'll do the side part. A drop of Principessa wax to finish my knobs. They've been drilled with a 5.5mm wood drill bit, and we've already put them in place. This brass part doesn't thrill me. It's a bit dark and you can't see it on this drawers, maybe on another. It would be perfectly fine. So I take my Principessa wax on my finger, and I go over it to touch it up. It seems soft, but after a few days, when it dries completely, it won't come off. A little touch to give this beautiful knob a bit of shine. I chose this knob also because it matches perfectly with the flowers on the chest of drawers. And so, in my opinion, they will be fine together. Almost done. Let's see if Monica likes it. Mimi and Coco here were good. We have started around 10:30 or so, right? Yes.
More or less, maybe after.
And it's 5:30. Moreover, we spent an hour and a half at lunch. We were good and fast, and I must say, we are happy with it. I am.
Yes. The result is beautiful.
Will they like it? So, we'll load it up shortly, take it straight to the house where it will be installed, and show you the whole room with the beautiful wallpaper, and we'll see if it looks good. See you later.
See you later.
This restyling is finished too. I'm happy to show it to you in its final setting. This is going to be a beautiful bedroom, and it still needs furnishing. But everything you see here is made with Magic Paint. It's only right that you understand why we have to show it to you here, because these stripes are the perfect match for this piece of furniture. Sometimes you need to lighten up the furniture, put on less, be more delicate, because making a piece of furniture heavier isn't always the right choice. Soon you'll see various wallpapers here that go perfectly together, and they also look great with the floor, which matches perfectly with the chosen tones. And even the stamp reproduced at the bottom, so fine and delicate, just 3 pieces of stamp on the whole piece of furniture really make a difference. I'm sure that the color chosen specifically and matched with this wallpaper really gives it a special touch. Please remember that all the products you've used are available on the elisa&MagicPaint.com website or from authorized retailers. And please always remember that we're not on Amazon, and at the end of the video, you'll always find a summary with links to all the products. And how cute is the rocking chair? Let me know in the comments. Goodbye.